Hi there, it's Karen at Corrie Paper Crafts, independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in central Scotland. Welcome back to another Simple Sundays project, and it's this one here. It's a little 4x4 card, and yes, it is a card. You heard me right. It's not very often that you'll catch me making a card, but I did today. And this was made using thick Very Vanilla cardstock, a layer from our gorgeous brushed metallic cardstock, and a piece of paper from the Specialty Designer Series paper, the Gilded Autumn Specialty Designer Series paper, and a little bit of ribbon from one of our combo packs. So I'm going to show you how I made it, but I'm just going to quickly let you see the pack of this beautiful cardstock. There are 6 sheets in the pack. It is 12 by 12 and it comes in bronze, copper and gold. This is the gold here, I think, or is that no, I think that's the gold, that's the copper and that's the bronze. And for the layer on here, it was actually a piece of the copper that I used. It is absolutely beautiful. You get 2 sheets of each, so you get 6 sheets altogether in the pack. And I'll just very quickly change that over and give you a quick look at the Designer Series paper. This is the Gilded Autumn, all double-sided, foiled on one side and plain on the other. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful colours and designs on this as well. So that's the design I've used for my card, and this is the design that we're going to use for the one that I'm going to make with you just now. So I'm going to get on and show you how I made it. So for your card, you're going to need a piece of cardstock which measures 8 inches by 4 inches or 20 centimetres by 10 centimetres, and this is Cajun Craze. A piece then of the brushed metallic cardstock which measures 3 3/4 inches square, and then for on top of that again you'll need a piece of Designer Series paper which measures 3 1/2 inches square. And I've already gone ahead and made my little bow beforehand because I'm not so good at tying bows, and this ribbon is from this gorgeous reel here, and it's part of the basket weave even and metallic ribbon combo pack. The basket weave ribbon is actually in mint macaron and it's beautiful as well. So I've not used either of those yet, and I thought I would pop a little bow on my card using that, but I've tied my bow ahead of time, so we'll just pop that to the side. So in centimetres, you'll want a piece of cardstock which measures 20 centimetres by 10 centimetres, scored at 10 centimetres, and I've scored this ahead of time. A piece of the metallic cardstock which measures 9 1/2 centimetres square, and then a piece of Designer Series paper which measures 9 centimetres square. And I've actually made a sample card using centimetres rather than inches, and there really isn't very much difference at all. It's marginally smaller, and the border round is marginally smaller as well, but there's really not a lot in it at all. So I'm going to show you how I made it really quick and easy. As I say, I've scored it ahead of time, so I'm just going to give that a good burnish. And I made this card to open this way, but I think I'll make this a 10-fold card this time. So I'm going to stick my cardstock on using liquid glue, and just be careful, although it is quite thick, you don't want to press too hard on this when you put your glue on, because you don't want to have any dents coming through onto the front of your card. So just take your time when you are doing that so that you don't waste it. And I'm just going to open that up and pop my layer on like so, and just make sure that it's even all the way around. I'm happy with that, and then I'm just going to give that a good press from behind. There we are, and then the same again for my designer series paper. I thought I would have some pumpkins today because I think we are into autumn now. I think that's the summer gone, sadly, but there's something quite nice about autumn as well. I like the colours that you see in autumn, and I'm just going to pop that on. I like these sort of rustic colours. I'm very much a bronze, burnt orange type of person, and I love all those colours that you start to see on the trees when it comes to autumn. So that's the card put together. All I need to do now is just stamp my sentiment, and I used the little Thinking of You, which is from the Field of Flowers photopolymer stamp set, and I've already got that mounted on a block. This is a really pretty stamp set, and again I'm just going to stamp onto, I'm saying I've got it mounted on a block, but I actually cleaned it a little while ago, so it's not mounted on a block at all. And I'd started to say I'm sticking with my very vanilla cardstock, and I did my stamping in Cajun Cray. So this is another colour that I've really not used an awful lot of, so I decided to use it for today's project, and again really quite an autumnal colour. Stamp down, and if you've not seen it already, our chamois is just fabulous. That's my stamp cleaned already, so if you've not got one, you really need to get one. I've not used it as much as I should. I've tended to stick with my Stampin' Scrub, but it takes up too much room on my desk, so I've started using my chamois. And then I'm using our classic label punch just to punch that out, and I just want to make sure that I've got an even gap at each end. I'm just going to tilt it towards myself to make sure that I've got it straight as well. I think that's it. Oops, punch that out. And then before I put my dimensionals on, I'm just going to grab my champagne rhinestones and use the putty end of my Take a Pick tool to just add a little rhinestone, oops, onto each end, just near the point, like so. There we are. That's it. Give them a bit of a press down and grab some mini dimensionals. 3 should do it. So 1, oops, at each end and just 1 in the middle. Actually, I'm just going to stick a wee extra one on there because I might pop this in the post to someone, so I don't want it to sag in the middle. And then just take the backings off of those. There we are. And I'm just going to pop that down in the bottom corner. Oops, a little bit further over row Karen. Just bring it up a little bit, I think. I'm just going to tip that towards myself, and I didn't think it was straight, so I'm just going to straighten that up and make sure I'm happy before I press it down. I think that looks okay there. There we are. And then a couple of mini glue dots on the back of my bow. Just make sure that I'm happy that that's the front. Yep. So just a couple, oops, on the back. There we are. And just, oops, I'm going to make sure that those are squished down a bit because I don't want them to be visible. Sticking to me rather than the bow, but never mind. And then just pop that round about there. there we are, and that's my card made quick and easy, no fuss. I just want to let the DSP do the talking really, and that's that. I don't know which I prefer. I think I prefer this one, but then I'm quite a fan of pumpkins, and that looks like a butternut squash as well. One of my favourite curries, butternut squash curry. If you've never had it, it's lovely. So thanks for watching. That's all it is for today, nice and quick. All the links will be in the description bar below. If you like anything that you've seen that I've used today and you don't already have a demonstrator, then there will be a link to my shop down there as well. Give me a thumbs up if you liked the project, and check back in a couple of days time when I should have another project for you. So until then, stay safe and take care. Bye bye now.